Olajumoke Olatunji. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) files 6 counts charge against suspended resident electoral commissioner for Adamawa State, Hudu Yunusa Ari. On the interview segment for today, we focus on Nasarawa politics with the senator representing Nasarawa West Senatorial District, Aliyu Wadada, as our guest. This is Politics Tonight. Stay with us. We will be right back. Thank you very much for staying with us. You're welcome back to Politics Tonight, digging beyond the headlines. And now to some developments in the polity. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has filed a 6-count charge against suspended resident electoral commissioner for Adamawa State, Hudu Yunusa Ari, at the State High Court in Yola. This was contained in a statement by INEC National Commissioner in charge of Information and Voter Education, Festus Okoye. The decision was reached at the Commission's weekly meeting to discuss the progress with the prosecution of electoral offenders, among other issues. It will be recalled that the Commission had earlier confirmed the receipt of case files from the police following conclusion of investigation into alleged electoral offences by Yunusa Ari. The statement disclosed that the court fixed 12th of July for commencement of trial. Yunusa Ari had earlier announced results for the governorship election in the state in place of the returning officer. The All Progressives Congress APC in Kano State has told the former governor of the state, Abdullahi Ganduje, not to honor the invitation extended to him by the state's Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission over the dollar video. This is contained in a statement jointly signed by the APC Chairman, Abdullahi Abbas, and Secretary Zakari Sarina. The party said it has realized that reenactment of the politically motivated issue of the dollar video by the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, which is before a court of law, was part of sinister ploy to dent the image of the former governor. It further explained that similar scenario was played to scuttle the former governor's chance of securing tickets for the party's governorship election in 2019. The statement added that this time the detractors are engaged in this campaign of calumny to draw a wedge between President Bola Tinubu and Ganduje, one of the president's strongest allies in the north. Let's take a short break, and when we return, it will be time to speak with our guest of the day, who is the senator representing Nasarawa West Senatorial District at the National Assembly, Aliyu Wadada, for discussion on politics in Nasarawa State. Please stay with us.
Sometimes it's the story that calls. At other times, the people just want to be heard.
School, I need students, but I need teachers.
Can't continue like this.
Their voices re-echoing through time itself.
We haven't done anything. If the tide is high, everybody run for safety.
Their tears leave a sweet sour taste for all. Their demands, a familiar call beckoning for change. In our world, no one expects a disaster to happen. But when it does, we'll be there to x-ray all sides, from the east to the west, north and south. Community Forum will examine the oddities and challenges to economic development, as well as issues yearning for government intervention. Watch fresh episodes of Community Forum on Sundays by 9:30 p.m. only on TVC News.
Welcome back. You're still watching Politics Tonight, digging beyond the headlines. I'm joined by the senator representing Nasarawa West Senatorial District in the National Assembly, Aliyu Wadada, for discussion on politics in Nasarawa State. Thank you very much for joining us, distinguished.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
All right. So let's start this way. Having been inaugurated as a member of the 10th Senate, I'd like you to tell us your experience as a senator.
My experience as a senator, let me first use this medium to register my gratitude to God and appreciation to the people of my senatorial district that gave me the mandate to be part of the 10th Senate. My experience so far is not anything new, because this is not my first time at the National Assembly. I was there before, and I was blessed to be active, productive, and of course I was conspicuous. And it's not different from what obtains today, since the politics of the 10th Senate started to now. And by the grace of God, it shall continue to be. So really and truly, there's really nothing new. It's just that, yes, the color has changed from green to red. And then there are much older people than the ones I had sat with, or the colleagues I had in the House of Representatives. And so that's it. It's still the same experience. It's all about legislation.
So talking about that, moving from green to red, you returned to the Senate after leaving the House of Reps 12 years ago. I mean, that's a long time. So how would you describe the journey?
The journey hasn't really been smooth, all the way smooth. But I naturally, as a person, love challenges, because challenges bring the best out of me. It has been, you know, sometime rough. The usual things about life, you get some smooth, some rough. But we remain resolute to serve the people. For the 12 years that I've been out of the National Assembly, I never kept away from my people. I maintained and retained my relationship, and not just only, you know, relating with them for the fun of it. I related as to looking for ways to add values to my people. Virtually, for the 12 years that I was out of the National Assembly, the only thing that my people missed was my being in the chamber of the House of Representatives as it was then. Otherwise, all other things that I was doing while or during my sojourn as a member of the House of Representatives, I kept all those flying with my people. I was getting employment for those that needed employment and were qualified for whatever they wanted. I was opening doors for my constituents that are in business, and of course I socialize with them. You are very much aware of Kefi Polo Ranch. Kefi Polo Ranch came into being in 2015. I left the National Assembly in 2011. And that Kefi Polo Ranch, the idea of Kefi Polo Ranch was and is and shall continue to be a leverage for me to open up my local community to the rest of the world. And of course, I don't have to say much about that. It's been out there, the personalities that have been there from within and outside the country, the socio-economic values that Kefi Polo Ranch had taken not only to Kefi as a community, but to Nasarawa State cannot be overemphasized. So really and truly, it's been, yes, we've we've been antagonized, we've been criticized, all efforts to stop us had been put in place. But because in that God, we continue to give our trust, and we kept our relationship with the people. Those that did all they could to stop us couldn't stop us, because God never, wanted us to be stopped, because He knows that deep inside us, ours is about the people. What values are we bringing to the table? What development are we ready, available to the people? So, the Lord says, it's all in the scriptures, that whoever adds value to humanity adds to Him. We've been struggling, all the while from inception to add value to humanity. And that's why God has always been with us. Those that wanted to stop us felt they could stop us by all means, forgetting that all means are all in the hands of God. They couldn't do it. And we're happy that God delivered us. We hold nothing against them. We have moved on, because that's our other name. For me as a politician, my other name is move on. I have moved on. So, alhamdulillah, to God be the glory, yeah?
So talking about movement, you moved from PDP to SDP. I would like to know what prompted your defection from a big party to a lesser party.
Let me correct you first. I did not move from PDP to SDP. I moved from APC to PDP, to APC, to SDP. I was, of course, when I was a member of the House of Representatives, I went under PDP, and of course, I had the privilege of being a member of the National Executive Committee of PDP, after which dynamism of life took me to APC, and at APC, someone out there, to be specific, the national chairman of APC, who by birth happens to be an uncle and by family relationship is a senior brother, chose somebody else. Felt, it shouldn't be Wadada. Why should it be Wadada? And I didn't want to join issues. I left the party and looked for a platform that was ready to accommodate me and my like minds that were blocked from contesting in APC. So we got SDP as a platform, and SDP is not a small party. SDP is the second oldest political party in Nigeria. The only political party that is older than SDP is PRP. So, President, the late Chief MK Abiola won election under SDP. The President of Nigeria today, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, won, his election to the Senate under SDP. So, I really did not leave bigger party to small. SDP is not a small party. And yes, it may not have the much members, or may not really be membered as much as APC is membered. But what matters is the content. We took SDP to Nasarawa State within 3.5 months. Today, we have 2 senators, 2 members, House of Representatives, and 3 members state assembly. And so no matter how small anybody looks at SDP, should know that it's a blessed small party if in the context in which you want to see it. But for those of us that are under the platform of SDP today that won elections, are not small political, we are not small politicians. We are grassrooted, accepted politicians by the people. So we've made our mark anyway.
All right, so let's get back to you. Earlier you talked about how the APC National Chairman chose somebody else. He did not support your ambition, your senatorial ambition. Now that you're a senator from a different party, what's your relationship with him?
Oh, he remains my uncle, he remains my senior brother, he remains my political leader. I mean, I am not by nature, I don't have holdbacks. I'm a forgiving person. It's just part of the game, and it's only natural to have interest. He was not interested in me, which is not. But I know that he knows he knows the stuff I am made of. As far as politics is concerned, he knows that. But it's a choice. He did not want me, but God wanted me, and God has delivered me. So why should I hold anything against him? I give him his dues wherever I see him and whenever I see him. Yeah.
All right, so as a lawmaker and a major stakeholder in Nasarawa State, what do you make of the crisis rocking the State House of Assembly?
I beg your pardon?
As a stakeholder in Nasarawa politics, what do you make of the crisis rocking the State House of Assembly?
Well, I did not really give my time to that. But whatever you have, or whatever is happening there, is all politics. Politics in the sense that you, at every given point, an individual or group of individuals will naturally stand for something they believe in and they trust. So the governor, having worked with the Speaker of the State Assembly, Right Honorable Balarabe, believes in him, trusts him, and enjoyed working with him. So for that, he still stands for Balarabe. And then the other side, because politics always, every human endeavor has two sides. So those on the other side of the divide do not want, or did not, and still do not want Balarabe. And it's just like I said, Senator Abdullahi Adamu Turakin Kefi knows that Wadada is competent and, I've got all it takes to be a senator. But for reasons of life, he did not want me. He went the other way. So it is the same thing that is happening at the State Assembly. But because I have the National Assembly issues to look at, and I am not APC, I didn't want to bother myself much about it, but I know that it is all politics, and there is really nothing wrong with it. Somehow, somewhere, it will sort out itself.
So, Senator, you gave a shot for the governorship position in 2019. In 2027, it is expected that the governorship would be zoned to Nasarawa West. So are you not seeing any governorship ambition, and on what platform?
First and foremost, we do not have any agreed zoning formula in the politics of Nasarawa State. So it is not going to be zoned to my zone, but it will only be natural for my zone to go for it. I am not a politician that believes in zoning, because as far as I'm concerned, understanding what democracy is, zoning is anti-democracy. So it's not about zoning. Yes, I aspired to the governorship of Nasarawa State in 2019 under the platform of APC. I came second as it was declared, but eventually I chaired the campaign council that delivered Governor Sule in 2019. And not only delivered Governor Sule, I was blessed. The council under my stewardship was blessed to have given President Buhari, then former president, immediate past president of Nigeria, the opportunity to have won election for the first time as a candidate in Nasarawa State. All the years that President Buhari former President Buhari had contested elections in Nigeria as a presidential candidate, he never won Nasarawa. He won Nasarawa State for the first time under the stewardship of Senator Ahmed Wadada Aliyu. And so, if people from outside politics could come into politics and aspire to what they want. It is only natural if anybody gives the assertion or presumption or expectation or suspicion or whatever adjective one wants to use that Wadada will go for governorship of Nasarawa come 2027. That person wouldn't be right, wouldn't be wrong, because I am, I had done it before, and it is only natural. But I am not that kind of a politician that I don't get myself mixed up in and with issues. Today I have a mandate at hand, which the onus is on me to deliver on that mandate. So when I deliver, my ultimate objective, my ultimate hopes and wishes, prayers to Almighty God is for Him to guide, bless and protect this mandate that I have at hand, so that I deliver. When I deliver on the mandate, it will make the whatever I go for 2027 much easier, because what I delivered to the people as a member of House of Representatives from 2003 to 2011 contributed greatly to the success that or the victory that I had in the last election. So my concern is much more on delivering on the mandate that I have at hand. But I haven't said that in any way it comes, in any form it comes. As far as politics is concerned in Nasarawa State, you cannot wish away Sarkin Yakin Kefi, Senator Ahmed Wadada Aliyu. And that I give thanks to God.
Senator Wadada, you didn't answer my question. I mean, you just talked about your prominence and your political strength in Nasarawa State. And if I'm going to consider the fact that this victory was attributed to your antecedent of mentoring the young and the poor, so you are, a people's person. So would you like to be governor of Nasarawa one day? Why not? To serve my people. I'm not shying away from that. I'm not a politician that shies. I'm not, but I said, for now, what is my in the front burner for me is delivering on the mandate that I have. And I did say, if people from outside politics could come into politics overnight and aspire to whatever they want to aspire to, it is only natural for Wadada. If you look at the trajectory, why shouldn't I? But I don't want to go into that issue now so that I don't get myself mixed up. I'm a focused politician. So when and if, by the special grace of God, I deliver on the mandate I have at hand today as a senator, come 2027, going for the governorship of Nasarawa State will be much easier. And, even before then, let me just say this to you simply, that come 2027, if I go for the governorship, Wadada will be the candidate to beat. That's it. So let's move on. The SDP won 2 Senate seats and 1 House of Reps seats in Nasarawa State. What's next for the party in the state and nationally?
Yeah, the party is there. We will do all we can to get the party much more entrenched and much more accepted, and with our heads up. The party is available to progressive politics. Wherever SDP presents a candidate that lacks the requisite capacity and ability to deliver on what he or she is going for, I will always go for the party that has fielded a much capacitated person. Because my understanding of politics, political parties are only platforms. And so I cannot be enveloped by any political party to dogmatically remain on or with somebody that I know cannot deliver. That's not developmental or progressive politics. Like everybody knows, the governorship of Nasarawa State, I supported the sitting governor of APC. And at the national level, I was all out for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president, the sitting president of Nigeria. Not only because I have a relationship with him, but because I know he's got the capacity, he is ready for the job, and he's got the proven record or records to show that he is ready for the job. Because all we need is a better Nigeria, regardless of from who it comes, and whatever political party he or she belongs to. So I am a party man when the party goes right. And I remain a party man with the party, and if the party goes wrong with its, with or on its choice, I go to the party that has the right choice, because development is not about, is not limited or confined to political parties or individuals. It's all about the well-being, socio-political well-being of the people, and that's what I go for. So SDP, yes, we are there. We will do all we can to take SDP to the next level, but I am not a dogmatic party man based on candidature. If my party feels a wrong candidate in any election, be rest assured that I will not campaign for such a person, because if I realize based on antecedents the person does not have the requisite capacity to deliver, why should I be sentimental or dogmatic or myopic, or in my choice of who will deliver? The well-being of the people should be the ultimate concern of every politician, if that person is truly a politician that is into politics to add the needed and required value.
All right, Senator. So I always thought you moved from PDP to SDP, but thanks for correcting that notion. So in that regard, do you have plans to return to the APC now that you've been inaugurated as Senator?
Dynamism of life makes everything in life to be dynamic. Dynamism brought me from APC, took me out of APC to SDP. So if tomorrow dynamism warrants that I leave SDP back to APC, why not?
So what kind of dynamism would make you move back to the APC?
Me away from APC. I told you the story. If for some reasons I wake up tomorrow and realize that my ideals, political ideals, ideologies, principles, and conviction wouldn't be delivered under SDP. SDP is not Quran, neither is it Bible, that I cannot say, hey, I'm out, but I remain with you. Like I do now. I relate with my PDP people, I relate with my APC and SDP. I am a politician all across. During the campaigns, let me use this opportunity to tell you that during the campaigns, I introduced a slogan, which was, and is still that, once my name is mentioned, when I go for campaigns or rallies, I will say, when I say PDP, the people say Wadada. APC, Wadada. ABGA, Wadada. NNPP, Wadada. SDP, Wadada, because I have people all across the political parties. I don't jettison political relationships just because I have changed political party. No. And so this that is the dynamism I'm talking about. Of course, you know, nothing is cast in stone in life. If you are not flexible, you are not, you don't respond to changes in life, that means you don't know what time it is. And I have always known, I have long known what time it's been.
All right, thank you very much, Senator. I'm joined this evening by Senator representing Nasarawa West Senatorial District in the National Assembly, Senator Aliyu Wadada. Tonight we're discussing politics in Nasarawa State. We'll take a break and I will be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching Politics Tonight, digging beyond the headlines. Tonight we're discussing Nasarawa politics with a senator representing Nasarawa West Senatorial District in the National Assembly, Senator Aliyu Wadada. Oh, Senator, before we went on that break, you talked about the fact that you did not jettison political relationship because of political party difference. Was that the reason you chose to support Governor Sule during the governorship election, despite being a member of the SDP?
Yeah, no, not just because. The reason being that I had earlier on been emphatic on competence, ability, and what have you. I put all the governorship candidates or gubernatorial candidates, so to say, on the table, and of course, none would I have gone for as a replacement to A.A. Sule. Because he stands to be much more competent than, if there was anybody much more, if the gubernatorial candidate of SDP at that time was much more, or appeared to be much more competent than A.A. Sule, believe you me, I would have gone for my party candidate. But like I told you, I wouldn't just go for you just because you belong to my party. No, I don't do that. I am beyond that. Because in some cases, parties make wrong choices, and I will not go for the wrong choice for obvious reasons of antecedents, for obvious reasons of records, that I go for you just because you belong to my party. I went for A.A. Sule because he is much more competent than all the other candidates that were fielded by other political parties. That is it.
So, Senator, in other words, your party did not have a competent candidate. Is that it?
Competent, as competent as A.A. Sule. Every human being has some level of competence, but one competence will be much more than the other. A.A. Sule is much more educated. A.A. Sule is much more exposed. A.A. Sule is much more experienced. And A.A. Sule, as sitting governor, has, stuff to lay on the table as achievements. So that's it.
All right, so Governor Sule was able to secure a second term in office despite opposition from SDP and Labour Party. It's 1 month into his second term in office. What's your assessment of the administration?
Well, the State Assembly is... he is yet to even form his cabinet, so I'm not in a position to say anything about his second term in office. But I don't think it will. I will expect that he takes it further than where it was. If he could achieve what he had achieved in the first 4 years, it is only natural, and it is only natural to expect that he does better in the second term. So when the time comes to talk about that, because I say it the way it is, so. There's really nothing yet to talk about.
All right, so talking about doing better, what areas do you want the governor to focus on towards bringing greater development to that state?
Thank you for that. First and foremost is for the governor to give much more attention to the Abuja corridors of Nasarawa State. Because the Abuja corridors of Nasarawa State is the heartbeat of the state because of the proximity to FCT. From where I am, under ideal traffic, in 10 minutes, you are already in the first part of Nasarawa State. So, well, let's put it 10 minutes. Because behind you here is Pape, behind Pape is Nasarawa State. Behind Asokoro extension is Nasarawa State. So what are we talking about? So the governor should look much more into the Abuja corridors of Nasarawa State, so that he creates another Abuja from outside Abuja. It's as simple as that. And I have the belief that something will be done about that. If it is not done, well, it's a matter of time. Our time shall come, and we will do the needful.
So talking about strengthening sustainable security network in Nasarawa State, what's your advice to the governor?
Security what?
Talking about strengthening security network in Nasarawa State, what's your advice to the governor?
Well, security is everybody's business, and what first ensures security is for people to be engaged. Our teaming youths should be gainfully employed, and standard of education should be improved upon, because, and you know, infrastructure should be available so that people will go about their daily endeavors with ease. And of course, security agencies within the state should be made as comfortable as they should be. And enlightenment campaigns should be carried on from time to time. Traditional rulers, our traditional institutions must be incorporated into the structure of community responsibilities by, government responsibilities in every community. The traditional institutions or institutions in that given community should be part of security network, and that will, if that is all these are done, of course, it will take the security situation in the state to another level.
All right. So let's talk about National Assembly leadership positions. You were one of those who agitated for the North Central. How do you feel about the way things turned out in the National Assembly in the end? Senator, did you get my question?
For whatever I put before me, or whatever I aspire to, or whatever I support, or whatever I intend to do, I always have it at the back of my mind that the fact that I will not relent in putting in everything available to me, I always have it at the back of my mind that it is only that is destined by God that happens. I come from North Central, and so I should stand for North Central, for whatever North Central deserves. And it is only right for North Central to have been given a presiding officer position in the Senate, which of course we canvassed for. But God didn't destine that. And so we have accepted the situation as it is and moved on. Today, we are very happy with the leaderships of the Senate, from presiding officers to majority members of the majority leadership on the other side, and of course that of the minority. We have moved on, so we are happy. I supported and voted for Senator Akpabio, who today is the president of the Senate. Bakpemi, or the deputy Senate president, Barrow from Kano, is our deputy Senate president. And of course, I have always enjoyed a fantastic relationship with the two of them, even before they aspired to be what they are today. And we are happy it has happened. But the good thing is, everybody knew what we stood for as far as North Central is concerned. Because if you are a true, politician, whatever you stand for at any given time shouldn't be hidden. We stood for North Central as our geopolitical zone, not just because it is our geopolitical zone and we stood for what it did not deserve. We stood for what we stood for because we are from North Central, and North Central performed so well to have deserved what we canvassed for. But at the end of the day, as believers, we have given to destiny. So that's it.
So, Senator, some analysts say the position of Secretary to Government of the Federation is enough compensation for the zone. Do you agree?
You know, it all depends on the way you look at it. Of course, the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation is a strategic and important office. But talking about the politics of the chamber of the Senate, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation will have really nothing to, for instance, today, with the leaderships, from presiding officers to majority part of the Senate and the minority part of the Senate, in the politics today that will go on as to membership and chairmanship and deputy chairmanship of committees, what role will the Secretary to the Government play there for you? That will be confined or limited to what the leadership chooses to do. So, Secretary to the Government of the Federation is an appointment. Being a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is not an appointment. It's a mandate position that is tenured. So, tell the rest to yourself.
All right. So, Senator, the SDP is one of the 7 political parties represented in the National Assembly. What impact do you think the party can play in the national legislature?
The party has already started playing. My appearance here is the party that is playing. And nobody can wish away what I'm saying or what I've said so far. All the senators and the members of the House of Representatives under the platform of SDP in the present National Assembly are not wish away senators or wish away members. We are all experienced. My colleague, Senator Akwashiki, was there from 2019 to now. He just got re-elected. He's a ranking senator. And I came in as a, cognate senator because I had the privilege of serving as member of the House of Representatives. So today I am a ranking senator. So you cannot wish away 2 ranking senators. Neither can you wish away 2 ranking members of the House of Representatives. So Honorable Jonathan Gaza is there for the 3rd term now. Honorable Sarki Dahiru is there for also 3rd term now. 2nd or 3rd term, I don't want to get it mixed up, but anyway, whatever it is, they are all ranking members of the House of Representatives. So the party has already spoken.
So we are 1 month into the administration of President Bola Tinubu. How will you describe his performance so far?
So far, we have nothing to say other than to congratulate, commend, and applaud so far the moves done by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which of course should not be a surprise to anybody, because this is the Tinubu we expected. This is the Tinubu we have always known. This is the Tinubu that belongs to, man of yesterday, active today, and available for tomorrow. That is just the simplest way to put it. He's a game changer. He changed the game in Lagos by developing human capacity, by turning around the economic fortunes of Lagos, by making Nigeria proud for what Lagos is to the globe, to the international community, and also change the political wheels as in rolling of Nigeria, because he was instrumental to the merger that brought about APC, and instrumental. Nobody can take away that credit from him. Yes, God destined President Buhari will be president 2015, but in every divine outing, there is always the human aspect of it. God didn't come down for any of his prophets, so he couldn't have come down for President Buhari. President Bola Tinubu made the change by the grace of God. So this that so far he has done, that is even before the formation of the cabinet, is what we expected. Because that is his, looking at his trajectory, his antecedents and proven records, of course, nobody should expect less. And more, I know, shall come. And that's why I said, outside my personal relationship with him, with due respect, I campaigned for him. I went all out for him, because all I need is a better Nigeria. Once the environment is enabling, I have my brains to walk around and live a good life. I must not even necessarily see him as a president. Once the environment is enabling enough, I will navigate my ways. So thumbs up to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu so far. And we pray that God will continue to guide, bless, and protect his stewardship.
All right, so talking about his cabinet, what kind of persons would you like to see in his cabinet?
Of course, the kind of people I will expect are people that will be reflection of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President Tinubu, which of course he did in Lagos. So anything short of a reflection of him will not be expected, and I know he will not do it. Where a technocrat needs or deserves to be appointed a minister, I know the president will do that. Where a politician that has requisite, not just traditional politician that has no record to show. I don't think he's good because he has the knowledge of how to patronize politicians. Not necessarily, because one thing that has been holding us back in all ramifications of our polity is the inability to distinguish between politics and governance. President Tinubu has that brain. He had done it before. He differentiated between politics and governance in Lagos. And that's why even the most 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the most performed actors in the immediate past administration all went through the school of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
All right, Senator, so still on this, what areas will you advise the president to focus on in his desire to turn things around for the better in the country?
Nigeria is an endowed country, and we need investors to come into the country with investment, foreign direct investment. No investor will come to an unsecure country. So the president should and has already taken measures from his appointment of service chief, the appointment of his national security advisor. You know that he is ready by the grace of God to secure the country. We members of the National Assembly are ready to give him all the needed and required support for him to achieve his set objectives, because the set objectives are all about making life better for Nigerians and Nigeria. So you secure the environment, and securing the environment will lead to proliferation of activities, business activities, particularly the real sector. Because if the real sector is as active as it should be as to measure up with the endowment of the country, of course we will be exporting, and by exporting we will be generating foreign exchange for the country, and will develop or improve on our foreign reserve, and which is you could clearly see how he streamlined the foreign distance to a single window rather than multi-faceted windows of what do you call it? Our foreign.
All right, Senator.
I mean, naira to dollar and dollar to naira transactions.
All right. So we're out of time, but quickly in 30 seconds, what do you have in store for the people of Nasarawa State's senatorial district? In 30 seconds.
Have in stock?
What do you have in store for your people?
What I have in stock? I beg your pardon, please.
What do you have in store for the people of Nasarawa West Senatorial District? In 30 seconds.
Better life. Better life in all ramifications. Because they all know what I have had over the period in stock. Education, health, agriculture. Because even as a private person, I touched and I still touch lives in this sector. I have an education foundation that sponsors children of less privileged background. And then in the health sector, I had done all I could while during my sojourn at the National Assembly, and as a private person, I have done and I still do. So the people of National West should expect that they had gotten from, just like what I said about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that we will not expect less than we had gotten by him in the past.
Thank you very much, Senator.
The people of National State should also sit up to expect what that or those that they had gotten from Wadada before now.
All right. Thank you very much, Senator Aliyu Wadada. I've been speaking with the senator representing Nasarawa West Senatorial District in the National Assembly. It's been an interesting conversation with you tonight. Thank you very much for coming on Politics Tonight. Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Thank you too. Enjoy the rest of your evening, yeah?
And you too. Thank you very much for watching. That marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. But the conversation continues from here. Get in touch with us on Twitter at TVC News NG and at Olajumoke using the hashtag Politics Tonight. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. Join us for the repeat episode at midnight and tomorrow for another edition of Politics Tonight. Again, beyond the headlines. I am Olajumoke Olatuji. Goodbye.
Harpic sachets. It has a thick formula, so all you need is just one sachet for your toilet bowl. It gives 10 times better cleaning and big savings too.
Wow, Helen!
Sparkling clean toilet with Harpic sachet.
It's the Premier League all on DSTV. All the goals